Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome to another video. Today, it's very nice out, so we're gonna be shooting today. We got 3 different rifles, and we're gonna be shooting wood today. We're gonna see what these different calibers, well, one's a shotgun. We're gonna see what it does in wood. But for this one, we're gonna have 2 different bullets here. This is a normal Full Metal Jacket from 300 Blackout. And then we're also gonna have these PSA Saber Black tips, which in my experience, they expand very well, and I shot them in a piece of wood through a thin piece of metal through another thin piece of wood, and they had some pretty big expansion. So I have 10 pieces of wood here, which I'll show you in a second. Here, let me show you. So we have the rifle, we have the shotgun. This is my RS400T, my SKB, with deer slugs in it. So giant rounds that I think will offer great expansion. Probably the largest expansion, I would assume. And then we have the little Ruger Precision 22 with just some normal standard velocity. It was Aguila Super Plus or Super Extra, which is just slightly more than standard velocity, but it's not much different. I think they're 38 grainers. Yeah, you can show you them. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be shooting today. I'll show you the wood in a second here. Get it all lined up, get the camera set up, and we'll see what happens. So right here's the wood we have set up. I try to keep it spaced a bit. This one looks like it's not spaced, but it's because it's a dresser. So they're all kind of equally spaced. That one's probably the biggest. It's not spaced. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of wood here. Obviously, I don't think it's going to stop anything but the 22, if even that. But they'll show us the different levels of expansion from piece of wood with the wood. Some already have some minor bullet holes in them or some circular cutouts because they are part of a desk. So we'll aim around those, and I'll be able to identify, I think, where those already were. And then we have a massive piece to catch anything that's yawing or keyholing or anything, hopefully. So hopefully we won't end up not being able to find anything. So I don't have enough money to shoot more than one bullet, pretty much. Okay, so we have the camera set up here. I'm probably gonna be only about 5 yards behind the wood here, just to make sure I'm getting accurate shots, because some of the wood's a lot different sizes, and I wanna make sure I'm getting the best accuracy, and I can make sure I'm separating where the rounds are, so I'm not looking at one round thinking it's another one. You can see the horses in the back. They're pretty unbothered by gunshots, even slugs, and even the 300 Blackout. These are not subs. These are high velocity. One's high velocity 125 grain and 125 grain black tip, and one is high velocity 150 grain Full Metal Jacket. But we're gonna start out with the 22 long rifle Ruger Precision with the Triton Star Strike IR scope. We're just gonna be turning it on, not using IR mode. I really love it though. It gets like 500-600 yards of IR range. It's really amazing. But I'll get set up and see you in a second. 3, 2, 1. I had a bigger thunk than I expected there. Oh, it's not letting me put it on safe. It won't let me put it on safe until a round's chambered. It's just how the gun's designed. Okay, so we got the entry, which is this itty-bitty little pinhole. Let me hold it upside down to show you. It's just itty-bitty little pinhole. I have pretty big fingers, but French fry fingers. But it's a little hole. But it's much larger coming out through the first one, but then it once again shrinks. It's a little larger than the first entrance. Big exit, big circular exit. Then another pinhole. This exit isn't as clean, looks like it rips out a lot more wood. And another little pinhole. Giant circular exit. Blasted a lot of wood out. And then I'm not seeing anything. So it looks like Oh yeah, it barely even. Did it even go through? Okay, so yeah, the lead flat nose there just kind of turned into nothing and just kind of fell. I don't see it. Oh, wait. Wait. There's our round. It actually, I mean, it's pretty bullet shaped. Didn't get flattened, but yeah. So yeah, I made it through 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just kind of fell out the last one there. That's why it's so violent. It just fell right out. Okay, now we're on to the 300 Blackout. You can see the FMJ. Just normal factory, cheap FMJ ammo. I think it was actually only 2 cents cheaper than these black tips here. You can see them, they're a little smaller. And it's like a box of Angry Hornets right under it. But we're in there. Yep, I saw it go in. Ooh. Yep, it's in there. I get a little finicky with the charging handle. I don't want to pull it too far back. It always throws the round. It's what it's meant to do. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Kind of just exploded wood everywhere. Let's see what we got. So, got our entrance, and really not much larger than the 22. Not much larger at all. It went right through. It took a lot with it. It took as much as the 22 did when it was starting to slow down. This is about double the speed of a 22. Get it in there. Pretty clear hole. Actually smaller hole than the 22. Pretty clear hole. Actually a smaller hole than the 22. Because I think it's holding more of its mass. Ooh, you can see it's starting, it's smaller than the 22 again. It's starting to mess up there. Starting to go sideways a little bit. And yeah, you can see a much larger hole. It's going sideways. Took out a big chunk. This is where the 22 stopped. And you can see a clear keyhole. This round is starting to tumble. Literally just this whole size of the round. But it just rips. Even though it's tumbling, it's losing speed rapidly, it's just ripping through this wood. You can see that similar sized holes. Yep, it went right through there. That's the final hole right here. And I can see my round sticking in the back here. And this bad boy's got some heat. Oh, it's in there. Come on. Should have brought pliers out. I have nothing I can hit it against. I have nothing I can hit against it, I should say. Come on. Get out. There we go. Wow. It bent a little, but the camera is in 0.5, so it looks a little, here, let me put it in normal. That's 2x. A little bent. Don't mind rifles on the ground. It's not muddy over there. You can always clean them. But yeah, it's a little bent, but yeah, it got stuck right there. So, I mean, did it only get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more boards than the 22. But I mean, if it hit you on this board, I think you would still, if it hit you in an artery or a major organ, I think you'd still die. I mean, even look at the exit wound on that hole. Just ripping through. This is thick wood. And this is not thin plywood. Like, it's not like composite. It looks like composite. It's not. It's very heavy. They're about 15. Even that tiny little piece is about 8 pounds. And these thicker pieces are a good 20 pounds. They have some weight to them. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now I have a 300 Blackout bullet. Next, we're going to do black tips. Right here. There'll be one chambered already. It's a semi-automatic. So I'll set the camera up and let her rip. Okay, get the camera set up right here. Black tips loaded. We'll try and show you here. Oh, you can see the little, oh, it threw it. It's okay. You can use black tips right under there. Now that's in. Even though this round is designed to penetrate, or not to penetrate, but to expand, I think the fact that it has 25 less grains might allow it to penetrate all the way through, just because it's a little faster. And it actually might expand cleaner, and the cleaner expansion might allow it to go through all of them. So let me get set up down there, and I'll let her rip. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, yeah, that round felt more powerful coming out too. Okay, so the middle one there is the black tip entrance, and I think it looks a little bigger than the 150 grainer. It's 125 grainer, but they're also just barely bigger than the 22. The entry holes, at least. Let's see. So looks like the exit is a little smaller than the 22, or same size for the 22. It looks like, and a little smaller than the 150 grainer. Let's look at the entry. Duh. It's a similar entry. Looks like it yawed a little bit. Much larger and more circular exit there. And we're looking at the same story, or no, oh no, it blew out a lot more than the 150 grainer there, and more than 22. Looks like about the same. Yeah, so the 22 stopped, and so now we have the 2 rounds. That's a little bit larger. Oh, looks like it's starting to go down. It's tinier now. Oh, it stopped right here. Okay. Or wait, is that just the brass? Oh wait, I think this is just the brass. Or not the brass, but the copper. I think that's just the copper plating there. Yeah, it definitely is. Right through, leaving pretty moderate exit wounds there. Right through. Oh wow, and it hit that. It looks like it hit the cinder block. And you can, oh wait, let me move this. It looks like it hit the cinder block, and you can see where that white mark right there, it traveled and slowed down on the cinder block. I think. Or wait, it's never, it looking like it never exited the wood. Yeah, no, it never exited this wood. Huh? What the heck? Here, let's pull the wood out. As much as I don't want to have to mess with it. Oh, that's just the black tip right there. That's just the black polymer tip. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. That is the bottom part of the bullet. It actually looks like some wood in there. Focus. There we go. Got some wood in there. I don't think there's any lead in there. So the lead just kind of did its own thing. I don't know. I'm a little perplexed here. I don't know. Maybe it stopped through here and fell. I'm not seeing nothing. Okay, well, that's neither here or there. Now we have, this is going to be the biggest round. It's the biggest round I have. It's a giant 12 gauge hollow point deer slug. So meant for maximum weight transfer and energy transfer and maximum expansion. So we're doing this last because it's going to be violent. And, we're going to put it right, you can see, right under that middle hole, directly under it. But I'll get the camera set up and I'll get this. This is going to be the loudest one as well. It's coming out of a massive 30-inch barrel. It's It's a big gun. It's about a 4-foot tall gun. Pretty big gun. My biggest shotgun. Trash RV right there. Okay, I'll get the camera set up and we'll get the shooting. Holy crap. And nothing moved. You just smell some burnt. You can smell that burnt powder because it has to burn so much powder. Wow. Yeah, we got all powder burn. Okay. So, forgot to show you. This is the 125 grainers versus a 1 ounce deer slug. Huge size difference. And the proof's in the pudding right there. Look at that. Let me put it in 1x. Look at that hole. So we got an entry. Boom, exit. It absorbs some of the other ones. You can see there. Just punched right through. Punched right through. Here we got the wad. This is what most shotgun barrels are not rifled. That shot a non-rifled slug. So it uses a wad to help it travel. Punched right through. Again, just clear circle. Wow. Massive exit. Not that big of an entry, pretty big entry. Massive exit. That's all on its own. Normal entry, massive exit. So it's starting to go down here. Starting to travel down. Down. Huge exit. Once again. Oh, much smaller entry. Oh, wow. It's really starting to slow down here. And it did not make it through. It looks like it did punch right through there. It punched out this chunk of wood. But didn't make it. I wonder if it ricocheted off in a little direction. Because I bet we were shearing off lead this whole time. You know, it's a non-rifled projectile. There's no twist rate to it at all. It's not twisting. It's just straight power. So it's not going to have as much penetration, especially with that hollow point, as you'd come to expect from a rifle or even a pistol cartridge. Obviously, this will probably penetrate more than a 9mm. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. A rifled slug would. So yeah, I don't see the slug. It didn't make it. So, oh, wait. Wait a minute. Zatter. That is, holy crap, guys. It's heavy. That's the whole thing right there. Look at that. Holy crap. That is heavy. It's expanded quite a little bit. If this was hitting a wet target like a human or a deer, what it's meant for, this would have expanded much more. Look at that. You can see the hollow point there. That's huge. Even, look, that's the jacket of the one shot of the black tip. And here we go. And here's the 150 grainer next to it. I wouldn't want to be shot by either of those. Wow. And they stopped in the same spot too, funnily enough. So they're all lethal for the same amount of distance, which is crazy to me. Maybe if I had 125 grainers that weren't black tip, maybe they'd zip through. But this is why these rounds are not meant for armored targets. They couldn't. This is very thick wood. Let me put it in 1x. It's not as thick as your finger, and I have big fingers. I have big hands and big fingers, so it's probably as thick as someone's two normal fingers there. So yeah, I think we're gonna put another slug in and see what happens. I decided to shoot 2 more. You can see right under. Man, massive. Just busting through this wood like it's nothing. You still got clean, clear shots coming through. I saw a wad. Where did I see a wad? I'm seeing some of a wad right there. The wood's all falling and dominoing all over each other. Still did not make it through. This board, this is the heaviest. This weighs a lot. This weighs a good 20 pounds. Oh, this one made it through. Still hot. That one makes it, wow, it's so similar to the other one. I see the other one right there too. I want to look for the black tip bullet that I never found. I only found the, oh no, the brass casing for that one. But yeah, it went through a lot of wood. If it was a person, I think it'd go right through a person. Don't think it'd hang around in you. But it would expand a lot more. I'm not seeing this black tip bullet anywhere. Comment down below if you can see it. Yeah, if you made it this far in the video, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below cheeseburger for America. Cheeseburger. That's how I know if you actually watch the whole video and if you're a real fan. Comment cheeseburger. Okay, I'm gonna do a little post-shooting summary in a second here. Okay, so what we figured out here today is that obviously 22 being the smallest round only went through 4 pieces and then it stopped. But all the 300 blackouts stopped at the same point pretty much. It went through the wood just a little bit. The black tips went through slightly more than the 150 grainers, but I think it would just dig halfway into your skin and it wouldn't really hurt you very bad. Might make you bleed a bit. But so here's our 150 grainer. Here are our slugs. So we're looking at no expansion from the 150 grainer. It's full metal jacket, not meant to expand. Here are our slugs. They've expanded quite a bit. They've mostly compressed though because of the nature of our target. But they've expanded quite a bit. These are about the size of it's larger than, it's like a $50. Maybe it's a little smaller than a $50. Here are our other slugs. They all see similar, got mud on my hand, there's mud everywhere. Similar expansion. This one's looking to be the biggest. And we also have a 22. Where's the 22? It's in my pocket somewhere. Sorry. Here's the 22. Obviously the smallest, but it expanded a little bit. You know, maybe not something I'd bet your life on, but if you're like drawing, you know, but like, dude, if you're needing to shoot someone from 40 yards, you know, and you're dipping, I don't know, maybe you could take someone out. I mean, I've taken rabbits with it. People take coyotes with it, no problem. That's with you want some hotter loads. You want some 36, 38 grainers. High, you can get 1,700 feet per second loads. I wouldn't do coyotes with 22s. They'll just bleed out after a long time. It's just not very ethical, as much of a pest as they are. You still have to take into account their suffering. Lowest I would do with a coyote is a 22 Magnum, which, you know, they're slightly bigger and faster rounds, way faster. But some of them are a little bigger and some of them are about the same size, but they're way faster. That's as low as I'd go for a coyote. But anything smaller than that, you know, you're perfectly fine shooting at any other smaller game. Like something like a fox, 22 will take right out of fox. Just, it's about good shot placement. And from what we saw today is the 300 Blackout, it's not meant to penetrate armor. It's meant to be a small packaged rifle that's very quiet. But even with these VMAX rounds out of a 16-inch barrel, they go the same length as a slug that's half the speed as it. And the reason is because the mass this slug is carrying and just the sheer size and mass. You know, they make tungsten slugs, which they're 2 ounces, and I think they would rip right through all this wood, and they'd keep going, and they'd rip through the ground too. They're digging themselves into the ground. So mass beats these soft targets here. Like, so you need make sure speed and mass. So these are wood soft. It's pretty soft targets. You can go through multiple soft targets with mass, but with its hard targets, you need speed. The 22 was just not fast enough or big enough. But with the soft targets, you need a little bit of speed, but a lot of mass. With armored targets, you need a lot of speed and a little bit of mass. So that's my conclusion here. Oh man, it's gonna storm. Holy. I look up there and I'm like, oh, it's gonna storm. But conclusion here is I'm very happy with the expansion of these deer slugs. You know, it's not my go-to like emergency gun. That would be my AR just for capacity, but maybe it ought to be. I mean, they have the same amount of penetration, just less capacity, but maybe you just don't need that capacity when you have slugs, you know? But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like I said, comment cheeseburger. You made it that far. You can tell I love cheeseburgers. But you guys have a great day, great night, great evening, whatever time it is for you. And just enjoy the day. And don't feel bad about yourself if you stay in when it's cold out. You know, it's okay to rot a little bit. But when it gets nice out, get your butt out here. Because it's about 30 degrees. It's nice out. Thank you guys. Good evening, good night, and good afternoon. And enjoy your day. No matter how many bad things happen, you're still alive. And I mean, that's a miracle in its own. So, see ya.